come around to say hello. One-on-one, I'm so fly. You took a nosedive. Careful when you play on my level. For you, it's so. Hey, hello.
Motorola Razr 50 Ultra. Flip the script.
Hello, Moto.
Faizan Kidwai, my question to you is, yes, what happened in Sambhal should not have happened. Those 4 young people should not have lost their lives. It is a completely avoidable situation that arose. But there are some questions that I have on the statements that have been made by the Samajwadi Party. When Ram Gopal Yadav ji says that agar booth capturing hogi to patthar to chalenge hi, isn't he justifying? Isn't there a subtext to that statement? When Mr. Akhilesh Yadav posts a picture of police using fire, why does he forget that there is an other side where stones were being pelted at the police force? Why does nobody want to see the provocation of how so many people were collected? Why statements are being made by the Samajwadi Party that there was no prior information when that information had been given and received by the lawyer of the masjid side? So I want to ask you, where is the truth in the charges? Of course, you have the right to ask the questions of the administration because they will be held responsible. But is it only going to be one-sided questions, Faizan Kidwai?
Navika, no information was given to the masjid committee. The lawyers had earlier said that no information was given to them. Later, so this is a misinformation that has been spread by Bharatiya Janata Party. The information wasn't given. And Navika, we should all remember, despite the Places of Worship Act and despite the Supreme Court making it categorically clear after the Babri Masjid judgment that Ayodhya judgment will not act as a precedent to justify communal mobilization against places of worship of other faith. If even despite all the assurances, the BJP is constantly pushing the communal agenda of divide through its hate-monger army and the toolkit which it uses to spread misinformation on social media about the opposition and dehumanize specifically the Muslim community, and run this pathetic agenda, which I recently heard that Hindus have become a second-class citizens in their own country. I mean, this is laughable and pathetic. So BJP is constantly trying to divide the communities on religious line. I was going through the Places of Worship Act. It's Section 6 says that if somebody fidgets with the Places of Worship Act, then he's punishable for 3 years and will also be fined. Section 7 says the individual will be punished for 5 years and fined. And the order which was passed by the honorable courts, it goes against the provision of civil procedure codes also. It violates that. I'll tell you which sections have been violated. Section 27, which says before ordering survey, serve a summon, which wasn't done. Order 8, rule number 1, which says you have to give 30 days time extendable to 90 days to the defendant so that he can reply. This didn't happen. Order 39, rule 1 and 29, 2, which says ordering survey without hearing the mosque authorities, in this case mosque authorities, and without evidence of urgency. This wasn't done, Navika. This clearly means there has been a violation of natural justice. And who's responsible for this? BJP is responsible for this. And Navika, it is very interesting to see on 19th November, just a day before the bypolls were to happen, Mr. Adityanath made sure this survey happens because he wanted some sort of a communal flare-up. It didn't happen. Reason being, it was our MP, Mr. Ziaur Rahman, who was there. He made sure that things happen peacefully. So no communal flare-up happened. And I'll tell you one other incident.
Did he make sure that everything happens peacefully, or did he actually send a message
Navika,
that was provocative? That is the question. He's been charged for raising. He's been charged for raising provocative statements. So before you give him a clean check,
what was the provocative statement? Can you please kindly tell me?
It's not for me. It is for the investigation to find that he's been
So
charged. There is an FIR against him. There is an FIR, and I contest your question saying that there was no information, because this is the letter and it's been signed by Jafar Ali, who's the lawyer as well as a functionary of the masjid, and it has been received at 6:30. So to say that there was no prior information seems to be factually incorrect.